Hello and welcome to Bloke on the Range, and this is day 2 of Finnish Brutality 2024. We're more or less dried out from last night, and we've got 5 more stages and 4, I believe, more breacher challenges down by the new short bays. And just a quick little topo on this this facility. Thanks to the eastern neighbours, the Finnish government is investing an awful lot into existing range complexes and new range complexes, so Lockby here is getting a big makeover, including a 300 and 1,000 metre range, more sort of IPSC type bays and things like that, and we get to use them, but it's still a bit of a building site over there. So the gear's been running as
Go
as
easy on me
promised
today, will you? You're making me look terrible.
Nick Moran, Chieftain.
He's doing amazingly. I mean, kind of especially with the bolt action, it's kind of like I am humbled. he's a lot better than he looks.
So anyway, let's see how we get on. So we started day 2 with a Celebrity Squad challenge. This time it was a cup of water on our heads and with a bit of walking.
Before you start walking, if you have a... And let's move.
Slow march. 2.
You people are just
Do the number
sad.
of steps count?
Nope.
Oh, this is
Just
not
do
bad.
I grew up
the,
watching Moomin. I know how to do that.
You gotta move a little bit here. Keep up with people now. Come on.
Do the fox walk. TV walk, right?
Calvin's losing it.
Oh no! Ah,
Calvin was first out.
Calvin's down. Who's gonna keep it?
I'm surprisingly steady. That's the look of focus.
Stabilize chicken head.
Well, now we're gonna go downhill, so it's gonna get a little harder anyway.
Just make it a race to the...
Yeah, now we're gonna set the pace. No, oh!
So Giga gives me a jump scare, and I'm out.
This way, let's go. Follow me.
Why is it so big?
So Calvin's prize
This
was
should fit right over your ear pro.
the unicorn
Measured
head.
it.
This didn't stay on for the rest of those days. Sleep.
The wings. It's so good. It's so good. So
So this is a pistol-only stage again. We have to carry the kettlebell, and there's various lights. And this is another one that rewards good technical pistol shooting. Now, if the light is green, we have to shoot it with 2 hands. If the light is red, we have to shoot it with 1 hand. I did ask because I would rather have shot the whole thing one-handed so that I could have hung onto the kettlebell. And dropping mags and stuff on the floor. So we have to go for a certain number of hits, and there's no point in counting them. Just keep going until the RO tells you to stop. Putting the kettlebell down and picking it back up again is really annoying. The 2 white poppers are no-shoots. Preemptive reload for once. Actually remembered. And this is basically a Virginia count stage. In other words, it's a fixed round count. And at some point, it's a green light. Here we are. Penalty. Shot it one-handed instead of 2. Other than that, this went really well. Sight picture squeeze. That's all there is to it.
And that's it.
One mistake. I shot one-handed on a green light. Other than that, that was nice. Thank you. So that rewards technical shooting, and I was thinking that was going so well, and I didn't realise I shot one-handed on green. But satisfying making all the hits. Oh well. So I'm now on, I think, 8 penalties overall.
So the first breacher challenge was a tyre drag with a rope, and you had to be at the end of the rope with it around your body. Otherwise it might have been too easy or something. And we just had to drag this thing up and down. Once it got to the line, you could run back down. It's ever so slightly downhill this way. And there's Jax just walking like it's nothing.
Come on, Mike. Good job. Going. Catch up, Simon. Come on, come on.
Ivan goes to the gym, that's cheating.
Come on for three.
Ivan.
So Ivan's just crushing it and way ahead of the other two of us.
Let's go, good job. 1 minute fast, come on. Up the pace.
And Jax gets ahead of me.
Good job. Thank you. It gets very bogged at a certain point. Woo! I'm happy with that though. Office monkey.
Watch out, fast people coming through.
This is way too easy.
Okay, so on to stage 7 now, and we're starting in a car, which is always a good sign, and this is perhaps one of the most awesome stages ever devised, and where I totally come unstuck due to the bolt action. Hold my tea and watch this. So we grab the rifle, load it, and there's 2 remote control cars with balloons, which I nail in 2 shots. Then, close up, Link's Brutality style, 10 rounds into a paper target. Then remembering to work the bolt, retain, and then there's an extra plate, high value shot, ping, aiming over a bit due to the sight offset. Then we grab the casualty. Into the box, and then here we've got a setup where when you step into a box, you've got 7 seconds to make 4 hits. And as you can see, I've got enough time to fire the shots, and then there's a penalty hit if you screw it up, and then you have to go back and do it again until you complete each box. Easy, and then just holding 5 kilos, 5.5 kilos, whatever it is, of bolt action on an exercise that you've never done and you've had no reason to do. It's one of those things that if it was a standard drill, standard exercise, you could train yourself to do it. But unseen, yeah, I am struggling. Now, if I had completed this, I would have run into the next bay, and there's some pistol stuff. But we never made it that far. Ah, almost. Definitely with practice you could do this.
And still got like 60 seconds.
And I'm middle fingering it, which has the disadvantage that I'm having to hold it and aim the rifle with my right hand. So I'm just tired. Into the penalty box. Back we go. Yeah, out of ammo. This does not get any better.
And just go. One bullet and get back to the box.
Excellent test of skill. It's hard even with a semi-auto. It really rewards good trigger control and aiming. Ooh, I thought I'd got one. Just penalty again.
Penalty.
Starting to lose track. There we go. And I'm out of time.
Please remove the magazine and shot.
It's too heavy. I didn't get my holdovers. Didn't have my holdovers right. I was seeking for the little ones and I overcompensated. And it's hard going. Oh, at least nah. That sucked! But at least I fired 2 hits and I got both balloons. 2 hits on the balloons. Happy with that part. Yeah, that was huge disadvantage with the bolt action on those. So that ate my lunch. Tons of penalties here. Still, a lot of fun. So we've just been discussing that off camera, and I was firing more than enough shots. Something like eight shots in the 7 seconds, just missing a lot. There's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy thing going on there that I got in my head that I wasn't going to be able to do. I was going to have to rush and yeah, I couldn't quite find my aiming point and hold the rifle steady, and then it was getting yeah, the brain let me down there. I think I'd love to try that again, but well, you get one shot at this.
So the next Breacher challenge was tactical puzzle making. And it started with some chest to the ground and stand up. So my penalty chicken is, of course, making everybody laugh. Ha ha, very funny. Actually, it was. Of course, this monkey's one behind the guys that actually train. 2 behind. 3 behind. Whoa. There we go. Now we have a toddler level Moomin puzzle, and every so often they shout at us to do something.
Push up.
And it really screws with your brain. And actually, there are a bunch of people who didn't complete it in the time, including Yari.
Done.
And there we are.
Being upside down doesn't help. Whoa! Good job. Thank you.
Okay, so while the view through the scope camera is really cool and shows more like what it looks like to me, what it's not showing is much of the bolt working, unfortunately. So what I decided I'd do is I just put in a little bit of discussion here about that. So I'm using 3 different bolt manipulation techniques here. I'm using, first of all, the classic one, holding the pistol grip properly. And the advantage of this is it gives me full control, full trigger control. I can press the trigger straight back properly. At the other end of the scale, we've got the middle fingering, the classic tropey mad minute in inverted commas kind of thing. And this has the speed advantage. However, what it means is that all the control over the rifle is coming from the left hand, because your right hand is basically there just to work the bolt. It can't really support, it can't really help with aiming. And then in between, we've got what's become this incredibly fashionable thing that's come out of PRS shooting, which is having my thumb on the right side. In fact, I'm using the safety selector as a thumb rest, and I'm using my index finger on the trigger. And this, for me, is a compromise. Now, what this enables me to do is have more control over the rifle, because I'm at least gripping the pistol grip sideways, and I've got more control over the trigger than I do with the middle fingering technique, but I'm not supporting the rifle as much as with the fully classic gripping the pistol grip technique. Now, my view is that in an ideal case, a sort of classic stock, it can be a very vertical classic pistol grip stock, but not having anything that you've got to get your thumb around when you go to work the bolt is the optimum. And what would be quite nice would be if CZ would make a chassis system that's kind of got a SAKO TRG old school style classic pistol grip profile. I think that would be kind of perfect here. But yeah, it's become common to use AR-15 pistol grips, and full pistol grip bolt actions are kind of the thing now. Partly probably due to this fashion of having your thumb hanging off the side in the air rather than actually holding the damn thing properly. Okay, on stage 8 now. We start off with Jenny putting some smelly salts under the nose of the celebrity squad. And then we've got some paper. And a dueling tree. And then we run up the back for a bit of hugging, manly style. And the aim here is you've got to do, I believe it's 20 seconds, and you've got to put in full effort. And if you're putting in full effort, he'll let you push him back. If you're not, he'll push you forward. You push him over a line, you get a bonus. He pushes you over a line, you get a penalty. And there was one guy, big guy, who just picked him up repeatedly. Got loads and loads of bonuses. Back to the dueling tree. Oops. And back for some more loving.
Get low, get low. Go! There we are, there we are.
Chickens are loving it. It feels like an absolute age while you're doing it. And back to the dueling tree. And again.
Get low, get low.
This is quite exhausting by this point. Oh, and then if you push him over earlier, you have to keep going. You've got to do the full time. And rinse and repeat.
Doing great. Now good shooting.
Did it preemptively this time.
One more.
And we're done.
Gun clear.
No penalties.
No penalties. One bonus. One bonus.
Well, that was fun. Oh yes, I enjoyed that.
Awesome job, man. Love the rubber chicken. I wasn't sure if it was the chicken or you squeaking.
Both. No, that was fun. That was good. Not a lot to say. Sucked a bit on the pistol shooting, but nah. Happy. He was very kind to me. He loved me a long time.
So the 8th Breacher Challenge we've got to carry some weighted ammo cans any way we want. We've got 4 cans, 2 straps that were laid out in a particular way, and then I was struggling getting the handles up there. They didn't feel too bad before we started. Yeah, really struggling with it there. Ugh. Actually, looking at it back on film now, it doesn't look like it was quite so slow. I decided I was just going to sling them over my shoulders. And here we go. Let's see if I can catch up to Ivan. So I've got my 12 kilos of gear, plus however much those cans were. But I'm still managing to jog it. It might not surprise you to know that I got a massive bruise on my left leg here. Around the midway point. Overtook Ivan, who was suffering from a leg injury. And there we go.
Padded straps. No, it was alright.
I'm not trying to get
Stage 9 now, double spinner with cheese. And this is kind of an old school, slightly short and sweet brutality stage.
Ready? Yep. Stand by.
So first of all, we start with the drag to get the blood off. Blood off, blood up. Once it's over the line, you've got a pistol spinner. And luckily these spinners are set reasonably light. Oop, not over. And there it goes. Then high value shot. And I mashed the trigger. Penalty time. Then we go back.
There you go, come on. Keep going.
Go!
And we're over. Over to the rifle. Missed one there. And actually this isn't in too bad. And then,
Yes!
there we go.
Finished. Unload, show me clear.
0, no penalties, no bonuses. Burns, please approve your score.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Annoyed at myself for missing the bonus there because that was just trigger control. It was all lined up perfectly, and then I went "Blah!" and it went low. Overthought it again, but happy with the rest of that. That went really quite nicely. So, woohoo! So, last stage now.
So the 9th and final breach challenge. I'm running with Gegen, and it's an obstacle course. Giga's injured, graciously allows me to go ahead. I'm pretty cream crackered by this point. And I take a tumble right next to some rebars sticking out of the ground. Could have done myself a nasty there. Now we weren't allowed to see it before. We knew there was a water jump. I was thinking, oh, is this it? And no.
Faster. Big leap.
Oh, and then the horse hesitates. Goes for it. It was pretty muddy and grotty. It's actually a very steep bank. There you go. And then we descended this part to a crawl, and we were advised to wear a hat. This is why. There's this massive tarp. I just kept to the left, kept so I could see the edge. Crawl, 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 crawl. It just felt like it went on forever.
There you go, Mike. Last stretch.
And we're done.
Oh my god, I smell like a vegetarian's fart.
Stage 10, the final stage. This was really cool. So first of all, there's some close-up stuff. And then I have my first jam. Ten hits. And again, 10 hits. You gotta know your offsets here. And not screw up. Which I unfortunately did. So, got some penalties there. Some hits from here.
Oh, fuck.
I'm tired again.
Not a semi-auto.
Forgetting it's not a semi-auto. High value hit. And then we get some information. And this is important for later in the stage. And then we take an explosive charge. Hang it on the door frame. Hook it up, and there were terrible penalties for screwing this up if it didn't go bang. Then we go over to the car, get the rifle back into operational condition. Some hits on steel. Missed one.
Got it right that time.
And I remembered to work the bolt before moving the mag. Now we connect up the charge to the detonating box. Give a warning. Then we go through, and this is where those information thingies come in handy, because we need to shoot those three combinations of shooting position and target, and only those three. Big penalty regime if you didn't do it. So there we go.
Well, that was actually a little unfortunate. There's a plank of wood at the bottom of the car windows, and there's nothing in the briefing about rounds going through that and tumbling and being counted as hits or not. In the pre-match we counted them as hits. In the main match they've been not counting them as hits, and I didn't know this. So I had a couple of tumblers due to the wood, and it cost me some penalties, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Brutality. We thought about fair and decided against it. Okay, so that was it. That was Finnish Brutality 2024. Thank you so much to Varustoleka for putting on the match. Thanks to all the sponsors, and thanks in particular to the range crew, without whom this sort of thing just would not be possible. Now, in terms of my gear, actually this hasn't been too bad. I can't wait to get it off because 12 kilos is 12 kilos. Putting the mags back in with the pouches folded back has worked. The chicken has been hilarious. Never stopped being funny. The rifle performed quite well. I had one jam at the end, probably because everything's now full of dust. Couldn't really avoid it because at the very end the wind started whipping dust up everywhere. It's been heavy though. And a lot of the weight here has been due to wanting to film through the scope, that's a heavy thing, which has meant an LPVO, which is heavy, and plus I've had the can on the end, which is heavy. Last year's match was kind of 308, 762 NATO biased. This one has been lightweight 223 biased. I think, yeah, if I wasn't filming, I could have had this a lot better, a lot lighter. Maybe that would have helped me on a couple of things. Yeah, the slings work well, the Glock always works well. I only ever miss with that when it's my fault. It's run flawlessly. And yeah, the breacher toss were an awful lot of Type 2 fun. Not necessarily fun at the time. I'm still a bit damp from that little assault course, but glad I did it. So, anyway, I think that's about it. Thank you to everyone who's watched. Thanks to all who support the channel on Patreon. Thank you to my camera person, who shall remain nameless. But very many thanks, and yeah, onwards and upwards, and hopefully it will be fun at the next one.